about you in the streets, because it was like, dang, if she held him down.
So even if me and Yandy decide to break up, it's no one's business but our household.
Right.
Understanding why this situation exploded requires knowing who these people are, because their backgrounds matter more than you might think. Tamar Braxton, born March 17, 1977, built her career as the youngest of the famous Braxton sisters, and her 2013 album, Love and War, debuted at number 2 on the Billboard 200 while earning her 3 Grammy nominations. WETV's Braxton Family Values featured her from 2011 to 2020, along with the spinoff Tamar and Vince that documented her marriage to music executive Vincent Herbert. That marriage lasted nearly 11 years before ending in 2019, and they share a son named Logan, who was born in 2013. Celebrity Big Brother Season 2 went to her in 2019, which added another line to an already impressive resume. Yandy Smith-Harris graduated from Howard University and carved out a career as a music manager before reality TV fame found her, working with artists like LL Cool J, 50 Cent, and Jim Jones under Violator management. Season 2 of Love and Hip Hop New York.
Right? So if you see me acting inappropriate, it's appropriate for me. It's maybe not for you, because I'm sorry you wasn't in the group chat when we decided that you know what I'm trying to say. I'm sorry you wasn't in our bedroom when we had this conversation, and we
back in 2011 marked the beginning of what would become the longest running cast member stint on that show. Film production and her Yell skincare line expanded her empire beyond television, and she shares 2 children with Mendeecees, a son named Omere, born in 2012, and a daughter named Skylar, born in 2015. Mendeecees Harris grew up in Harlem and became a real estate entrepreneur and entertainment manager who owns Beat Factory Studio in the Bronx, where he's managed New York City rappers including Vado. April 2015 brought a guilty plea to federal drug trafficking charges involving heroin and cocaine distribution from 2005 to 2012. And that conviction meant approximately 4 years in federal prison before his January 2020 release. 2 previous relationships with Samantha Wallace and Erica DeShazo gave him children before his time with Yandy. These are established personalities with long histories in entertainment, not newcomers looking for attention, which is why drama involving any of them immediately becomes headline news.
And that's the problem, because a lot of times these rumors, we so private that we sit back and we laugh at it.
What's the status of you and Yandy right now?
Are we not together?
Y'all not together.
Tamar Braxton and Mendeecees Harris existing in the same orbit didn't happen until 2025. And the reason for their connection is straightforward. Mendeecees starred as Tamar's love interest in her Heartbreak Retrograde project, a 6-song EP accompanied by a 45-minute short film that dropped on October 31st, 2025, and the project performed well enough to reach number 1 on the iTunes R&B charts. Dramatic romantic scenes between Tamar and Mendeecees fill the visual album, because that's the storyline, and he's kept the music video pinned to his Instagram profile ever since. November 7th, 2025 brought photographs of the 2 of them together at Tamar's album release party in Atlanta. No documented history of any professional or personal connection between Tamar Braxton and Mendeecees Harris exists before this 2025 collaboration, and that's a verified fact worth remembering. Both of them operated in adjacent reality TV worlds through the VH1 and WE TV ecosystem, but no actual prior relationship has been established by anyone. They met for work, they did a creative project together, and that's the verified starting point for everything that came next. 1 month after the project's release, the whole thing blew up. December 1st, 2025 brought a live stream from blogger and YouTuber Funky Dynava. titled Tamar Braxton, Mendeecees and the Missing Teeth. And what he claimed during that stream set off a firestorm. Specific and detailed allegations poured out during this broadcast, and these are his claims, not verified facts.
So y'all getting a divorce?
Well, we never was like legally married, so I don't know what a divorce. Like,
So the rumors are true that y'all just did it for TV.
Listen, I didn't do it for TV.
His own words included this: I literally saw them making out in the Uber. She was sitting on his lap, kissing all over him, tongue and everything. More allegations followed when he stated, you at the music video shoot in your booty shorts sitting on top of him meeting us up at restaurants every time we met up. Ruth's Chris restaurant became part of his claims when he alleged witnessing Mendeecees rubbing in between Tamar's thighs during a dinner. The most provocative claim connected Mendeecees to a mysterious injury Tamar had suffered back in August 2025, with Funky Dineva stating, quote, if anybody know who happened and what happened to your damn teeth, it's Mendeecees. August 26, 2025 had brought a post from Tamar about a mysterious injury involving a fractured nose and lost teeth, but she never publicly explained what happened to her. Personal observation during time spent with the parties was the basis Funky Dineva gave for his allegations, claiming he witnessed these things with his own eyes. No photographic or video evidence has surfaced to back up any of these claims, and that distinction matters. The internet lost its collective mind anyway. December 2nd, 2025 brought a formal statement from Tamar Braxton through her attorney, James L. Walker Jr., via Instagram stories, and she did not hold back. Her exact words addressed the allegations directly. Let me be clear, this is a lie. It's sad that the moment you achieve something meaningful, some people choose to respond with gossip and sensationalism. These rumors don't just touch me, they touch our families, our kids, and our loved ones. More followed when she continued. I had hoped by now we'd see better from those who claim to report responsibly and love our people. As for me, I'm letting my lawyers take it from here. Playtime is over.
I think listen, it was Yandy's idea, right? Because in the beginning we had I was going through legal battles with courts and fines, and she said, let's not sign the papers, and I was like, all right, cool. And then I guess it kind of just stayed that way. Then
a denial doesn't get much clearer than calling something a lie, invoking your lawyers, and declaring that playtime is over. The noise didn't quiet down though, especially not when everyone knew another shoe was about to drop. 3.5 weeks later, Mendeecees Harris decided to speak publicly, and what he revealed changed everything. December 26, 2025 brought Mendeecees Harris to the microphone on Young Jock in the Streets Morning Takeover on Streets 94.5, and his words during that interview raised far more questions than they answered. Confirmation came first that he and Yandy were no longer together, and then a bombshell dropped that genuinely shocked people who'd followed their relationship for years. His exact quote hit hard. We not together. We was never legally married, so we're not getting a divorce. I've known Yandy for 20 years. Right now, we've probably been split up for over a year. 20 years together, 2 televised wedding ceremonies that fans watched and celebrated, everything Yandy endured supporting him during his prison sentence, and none of it was ever legal. That revelation landed heavily. How this arrangement came about got explained in his own words. It was Yandy's idea. In the beginning, I was going through legal battles with courts and fines, and she said, let's not sign the papers. I was like, all right, cool. Then it kind of just stayed that way. The 2015 wedding that aired on Love and Hip Hop and the vow renewal in Dubai were ceremonies without legal paperwork, and that situation persisted for 2 decades without the public knowing. Without explicitly naming Tamar, Mendeecees addressed the affair allegations by denying inappropriate behavior and stating, "So even if me and Yandy decide to break up, it's no one's business but our household. So if you see me acting inappropriate, it's not appropriate for me." His defense rests entirely on timing, and here's why that matters. Separation over a year before December 2025 would put the split in late 2024, which meant he was technically single during the entire period when Heartbreak Retrograde was filmed and released on October 31st, 2025.
Y'all want to know what all the hell going on, bitch? I want to know what's going on too, bitch, okay? The lady got on the internet and said she almost died. Now listen, let me just go ahead and get this out the way.
Whatever happened during that collaboration, according to his timeline, occurred when he wasn't in a relationship. Something positive about Yandy did come out when he stated, "After 20 years, that person helped change who you are. I matured in so many ways being with Yandy." Praising someone while revealing your entire relationship was never legally binding, and you've apparently been separated for over a year without telling anyone creates a complicated picture that's hard to process. What might be the most fascinating element of this entire situation is what Yandy Smith Harris hasn't done, because she has not made a single direct public statement about any of it. No statement about the separation, no statement about the marriage never being legal, no statement about the Tamar allegations, nothing direct from a woman who spent over a decade on reality television directly addressing rumors, confronting people, and speaking her mind. Silence goes against everything fans know about her approach to controversy. Cryptic messages on Instagram are what she posted instead. December 26, 2025, the same day Mendeecees gave that interview, brought these words to her stories. "Now I finally understand the difference between people who love me, people who love to be around me, and people who love what I can do for them." Another post that day cut deeper. "You're quieter now. I heard my business from people that I didn't tell." Learning about your own business from people you didn't tell suggests she found out about some of this the same way everyone else did, from Mendeecees' radio interview. December 29th, 2025 brought a carousel of memes about loyalty and what she called acting delusional, with a caption reading, "Are you done talking? Tell me, baby, are you done?" One repost contained words that seemed pointed. "I lost respect for you when you knew my whole world was crashing down and still decided to add to the chaos." No names appeared in her posts and no direct accusations came through. But the timing and content led people to draw their own conclusions. Anything she says becomes a headline, and anything she confirms or denies adds fuel to a fire that's already burning, which might explain why staying silent looks like the smartest move available to her right now. Context matters here because this situation didn't emerge from a stable relationship suddenly disrupted, and the history paints a more complicated picture. Throughout 2024, multiple cheating allegations against Mendeecees surfaced on Love and Hip Hop Atlanta, coming from castmates including Jasmine Blue and Sierra Gates.
Okay, before we even get to the top of the show, I don't know what happened to the lady. Okay, for those of y'all that know, I'm talking about Tamar Braxton. I don't know what happened to the lady. We went out. What night that was? We went out.
All documented and on camera as part of the show's storyline. A 2025 episode of Love and Hip Hop Atlanta brought another revelation when Yandy herself admitted to having emotionally cheated with a fitness trainer. A picture-perfect relationship didn't exist before Tamar Braxton entered the picture, and multiple allegations plus admissions from both sides already characterized what was happening between Mendeecees and Yandy. The foundation showed cracks long before December 2025 made everything public. Whether the Heartbreak Retrograde collaboration broke an already damaged relationship or simply coincided with revelations that were coming anyway remains unclear. January 2nd, 2026 arrived after Mendeecees' interview had aired, and the revelation about him being technically single during the entire collaboration was public knowledge. And Tamar Braxton posted what can only be described as a victory lap. An apology price list appeared on her Instagram, complete with her Cash App handle, requesting payment for being called various names, with $30 as the price for hoe and $10 for liar. The tongue-in-cheek nature was obvious, but the message came through clearly that she felt vindicated by recent developments. Accusations of being a homewrecker, having an affair with a married man, and breaking up a relationship had defined the previous month for her. And now it turned out he wasn't married and claimed he'd been separated for over a year. From her perspective, the question of what exactly she did wrong suddenly had no clear answer. Whether that response reads as petty or justified probably depends on individual feelings about the whole situation. Separating what we actually know from what's being claimed requires laying out the facts clearly, because verified information looks very different from allegations. Confirmed facts from the people involved or documented evidence include Mendeecees and Yandy being separated for, in his words, over a year, as stated in December 2025. Their televised weddings, the 2015 ceremony, and the later Dubai vow renewal never carried legal weight, according to Mendeecees himself. Professional collaboration between Tamar and Mendeecees on Heartbreak Retrograde is documented through the existing project, film, and promotional materials. Both Tamar and Mendeecees explicitly deny any romantic involvement between them. Multiple cheating allegations against Mendeecees from castmates surfaced throughout 2024 on Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. Yandy admitted during a 2025 episode of Love and Hip Hop Atlanta to emotional cheating with a fitness trainer.
Saturday night. We went out Saturday night. We went to the Roof Chris. We ate. We had a good time.
Unverified claims from single sources without corroborating evidence include Funky Geneva's account of witnessing Tamar and Mendeecees kissing in an Uber, for which no proof has been provided. Any connection between Mendeecees and Tamar's August 2025 facial injuries remains pure speculation. One major clarification deserves attention. The characterization that anyone exposed secrets about being played doesn't appear in any verified statement from Tamar Braxton, Yandy Smith Harris, or Mendeecees Harris. That phrase represents tabloid framing rather than something anyone actually stated publicly. 20 years of being together warrants sitting with for a moment, because that revelation stands as the most significant thing to emerge from this saga. Mendeecees and Yandy spent approximately 2 decades together, brought 2 children into the world, weathered his federal drug trafficking case as a unit, and endured his 4-year prison sentence, with Yandy visiting, supporting, raising their kids, and publicly standing by her man the entire time. 2 televised wedding ceremonies aired for the Love and Hip Hop audience, who watched them commit to each other on camera and rooted for their relationship across multiple seasons. None of it carried legal weight. Yandy's idea to skip the legal paperwork initially came from practical concerns about his legal troubles, according to Mendeecees. Facing federal charges and potential asset forfeiture creates reasonable motivation to avoid legally tying your finances to someone else. That logic tracks for the beginning. His explanation that it kind of just stayed that way covers 2 decades, through his release from prison, through everything that came after. No legal marriage ever materialized despite 20 years of opportunity and 2 ceremonies that led fans to believe otherwise. Questions about why they never made it legal, what that says about the relationship, and what each of them actually wanted remain unanswered, because neither has explained beyond that one quote. Everything fans thought they knew about this couple now requires reframing. Yandy's position in all of this deserves examination because she's absorbed the most impact while saying the least publicly. Taking Mendeecees at his word about separation for over a year before December 2025 means Yandy navigated this privately while filming Love and Hip Hop, running her businesses, and maintaining her public persona. Private business becoming public through a radio interview she apparently didn't know was coming represents a particular kind of betrayal, and her post about hearing her business from people she didn't tell supports that interpretation. Finding out alongside the rest of the world that her partner of 20 years was addressing affair allegations about another woman on the radio, whether those allegations hold any truth or not, while processing the non-marriage revelation and the separation announcement going public all at once, represents an overwhelming amount to handle in the spotlight. Hurt and betrayal seem evident in her cryptic posts, along with that pointed reference to someone who knew her world was crashing down and still decided to add to the chaos. Names remain absent from her statements, and she hasn't confirmed or denied the timeline or offered any perspective on whether she believes Tamar and Mendeecees were involved. Direct engagement hasn't happened at all. Everything she says becomes a headline, and everything she confirms or denies adds fuel to the fire, which makes not engaging directly look like strategic wisdom rather than avoidance. An elephant in the room needs acknowledging, because all of these people earn their living, at least partially, from drama being publicized. Tamar Braxton has appeared on reality TV since 2011. Yandy Smith Harris has been on Love and Hip Hop since 2011. And Mendeecees has been a cast member alongside Yandy for years.
She was like, let's turn up for your birthday. We went down to the V12. Shouts out to Vinny and all the people at V12. That's the video y'all saw.
Being talked about benefits their careers, and they know how attention works. Manufactured drama isn't what this appears to be, and the emotions seem genuine while the revelations carry real weight. Awareness that we're watching people accustomed to performing their lives for cameras navigate a situation that will inevitably become content seems appropriate, though, because these aren't people unfamiliar with turning personal moments into entertainment. Heartbreak Retrograde tells a story about heartbreak through a visual album featuring Tamar as a woman going through romantic turmoil. And the man who played her love interest now sits at the center of a real-life romantic scandal involving her. Better publicity than this would be hard to write on purpose. Sincerity isn't in question here, but the blurry lines between real life and entertainment in the reality TV world mean everyone involved understands how to work a narrative when one presents itself. Early January 2026 brings a situation with several clear elements and many unresolved questions. Mendeecees and Yandy are separated, according to him, for over a year, with no divorce required because no legal marriage ever existed. Tamar has denied any affair and points to Mendeecees being apparently single during the entire collaboration as proof she did nothing wrong. Mendeecees has denied inappropriate behavior while emphasizing that his relationship status wasn't anyone's business. Yandy has remained silent on all of it directly. Funky Dineva has produced no evidence supporting his allegations. Social media activity continues from all three parties without any additional substantive statements beyond what's already been documented. Given that reality TV personalities are involved, some of this playing out on future episodes of their respective shows wouldn't surprise anyone who understands how that world operates. What actually happened here might never be completely clear, and accepting that uncertainty is part of understanding this situation honestly. A professional collaboration between Tamar Braxton and Mendeecees Harris became the subject of affair allegations from a blogger, and both parties deny those allegations. The fallout from those allegations led to the revelation that Mendeecees and Yandy were never legally married despite 20 years together, and 2 televised wedding ceremonies that the public believed were real. The idea that Mendeecees was playing 2 women who then teamed up to expose him doesn't match any verified statements from anyone involved. Tamar denied involvement, Mendeecees denied involvement, Yandy hasn't addressed it directly, and no evidence exists that Tamar and Yandy compared notes or exposed anyone together. Real people with real emotions exist at the center of a messy situation, amplified by social media, tabloid headlines, and the reality TV ecosystem that connects all of them. Mendeecees' biggest secret that got exposed wasn't an affair at all, but rather 20 years of a relationship that never carried the legal weight everyone assumed it did. That's the revelation that actually dropped, and that's the truth that actually came out. Whether more to the story exists, whether the allegations carry any merit, whether Mendeecees' timeline is accurate, and whether Yandy will eventually speak her piece, all remain open questions waiting for answers that may or may not come. Everything else beyond what's documented here falls into speculation, and that's where we have to leave it for now. Drop a comment with your take on this situation, because the conversation around it is far from over. Whether you believe Mendeecees' timeline, think Tamar faced unfair accusations, or wonder what Yandy's silence means, everyone seems to have an opinion worth sharing. Subscribe if you want updates as this story continues developing, because more revelations are almost certainly coming. Until next time.